Thank you so much for inviting me to come and speak at the Surf Park Summit today, virtual though it is. I hope very much we can all get together in person next time. So I'm just going to speak to you for a few minutes today about Surf Simply. I think it's a unique and interesting business in the world of surfing, and well, hopefully you will too. So I'll give you a quick overview, then we're going to watch just a 2-minute video with some of the guests talking about the experience of being here, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the things that I think may have made it a success. So Surf Simply began in 2007, and it was basically just me doing lessons out of the back of my car. Fast forward 10 years and we're in a beautiful purpose-built resort that I'm speaking to you from now, designed by Gensler, who I'm sure many of you are familiar with. We charge $1,000 a day to come and do an all-inclusive surf coaching experience. We only have 12 guests a week, but we're full about usually 18 to 20 months in advance. And on any given week, we have about 150 to 180 people on the waiting list. I'm not sure that there's many businesses quite like this in the world. And as I said, I'll talk to you a bit about what I think has made Surf Simply what it is. But first, I'd like you to just listen to a little bit about what our guests have had to say about their experience here and just to see a few images to give you a bit of context.
I came to Surf Simply because it takes the sport of surfing and breaks it down into ways that I can understand it. It combines the artistry of surfing with the technical aspects of it.
I like that it's very technical. This is what this wave is doing. This is how you read this wave. This is what you want to do to catch this wave, and this is what you want to do to successfully go down the line and do this.
They found the best surf. They put together the best facilities, brought in the best instructors, and all together it makes for just a perfect experience. So who wouldn't want to come back time and time again?
Imagine a place where you surf in the morning, in the evening. Every session is videoed. People are taking pictures of you. There's drone footage, and you get to then go study that footage and then have gourmet meals, hang out with great people, stay in a luxury resort. It's pretty much paradise.
You know how you feel about Christmas when you're a child? Well, that's what we feel about Surf Simply as adults.
Yeah. What do we have to look forward to all year as well? We get to go to Surf Simply.
So I started teaching surfing back in the 90s in the UK, and I was doing the entry-level lessons that I'm sure you're all familiar with and have seen at your local beach. And I was also fortunate enough to be asked to do some competitive level coaching, which is sort of with a video camera from the beach, and that's with guys and girls that can usually surf top to bottom on shortboards and that kind of thing. And what I quickly became aware of was that there was no systemized methodology that really drew a line or a roadmap from being a beginner, being an entry-level surfer, all the way up to that level where you could even begin receiving sort of elite level, competitive level video coaching. And so I guess initially as an intellectual exercise, and then it became a career, I started trying to create this methodology. We kind of call it the tree of knowledge here at Surf Simply, and I'll actually say that the most recent version of it, because it's always changing, I'd have to credit more to my business partner, one of my business partners, Harry Knight, than to me. But you know, you will have seen in that little video actually, we have it in relief about sort of 50 foot long across the wall of the resort down here. And so it forms the physical kind of heart of the resort as well as the sort of philosophical heart, I guess. So I had this idea back in, I guess, the late 90s, early noughties, that I wanted to create this center of surf coaching excellence. And the main problem that stood in my way was finding somewhere where you could be open all the way through the year. And the reason that's really important, and I think this is one of the factors that's kind of hamstrung the surf coaching industry for all but a very few fortunate people, is the fact that most surf coaching businesses or surf schools, surf resorts, employ seasonal surf coaches, surf instructors. And if there's nothing against seasonal work, but if you're someone that is capable and motivated and intelligent and can do really anything that you want to do, usually you get to some stage in your life where the kind of money you earn seasonally just isn't going to provide you with the things that we all want as we get older, like houses and cars and kids. So when someone comes along to Surf Simply to start training as a surf coach, even as an experienced surf coach and a teacher, and we do require that all of our coaches are those two things already, it still takes us about a year to 2 years to train them to be a Surf Simply surf coach and teach our methodology all the way through. So if you've got seasonal workers that are coming and only working for you for like 2, 3, 4 years and then going off to do something else, you're rarely going to have the chance to even finish training them, let alone giving them the space to start developing personally and professionally, and perhaps going on to mentor other coaches themselves. And so I needed to find somewhere that was open all the way through the year so that I could provide a year-round salary, which would then allow, really capable people to justify making a career out of being a surf coach. So, I kind of looked for places all over the world, and I found Nosara in Costa Rica because it does have waves throughout the year that are consistent but not too big and not too small, and it's free of natural hazards and still relatively free of crowds at the moment, although I imagine that'll probably change at some point in the future. And then I moved here and I started teaching these lessons and really keeping the focus on technical surfing. And as the demand for just the lessons went up, I sort of had this realization, which again may be obvious to many of you, which is that when people are coming along for lessons, they're getting all of these other experiences elsewhere, like the restaurants and the hotel experience. So we thought, well, look, if people really want to come for coaching with us, why not encompass with that the entire package? And actually, we sort of took a bit of a lesson from Apple, funnily enough, where one of my friends was a big PC guy and he liked the customizability of a PC. And I kind of liked how Apple just said, no, this is a phone or a laptop and you don't get to change it. This is just, we know what's best. And we thought, well, let's do the same thing. So we don't give people the ability to customize their stay here very much. We just prescribe to them what we know the optimum week with a week of surf coaching is going to be. And so now we've bundled that all in together and people can only come for this sort of week-long experience. And I like to think that our chef's team, our kitchen team, our massage team, our hotel management team, I like to think that they're all as good as anyone in the world at what they do. But the one thing that I think we do that no one else does is having this team of 9 extremely competent teachers who are teaching surfing. And, I'm not sure that anyone else is really doing that in quite the same way. And, I think that we've tried to create this environment where all of those people not just want to make a career here, but are really happy being here. And I think that's a really big part of it too. So, I have this dream one day of being able to have a facility a little bit like this over an artificial wave, where again, we have that consistency and not just trying to get the numbers through, but trying to create an experience which is for a few people and a really amazing experience. And I've learned that people don't mind paying for that. There is a market out there for people who want that. But equally, it has to be a place which makes for the coaches and the people who work there in every part of the facility. It has to be really attractive for them as well as for the customers, because that makes them want to stay and make a career out of it. And I really believe that those people are what will ultimately make the experience amazing and make it a successful business. Anyway, I've tried to cram some of what I think has made Surf Simply a success into just a few minutes for you there. Perhaps it will sow a seed and spark an interesting conversation with one of you guys. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you want to chat about any of this. And again, thank you so much for letting me come to the Surf Park Virtual Summit and share with you something that I'm really proud of.